Hello and welcome to Juice with Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the cusp of the great injury boom of 2021. This is a prediction, so I may be wrong. Sporting-related injuries will increase here in Saigon and in Vietnam post this current COVID lockdown. This Juice with Justin is kind of a version 2.0, a follow-up to my previous Juice with Justin. I think it was episode 6, season 1, where I also said injuries would increase post-COVID. However, I was wrong in the sense that we only experienced a short lockdown period. It was only 2-3 weeks. However, this time around, we're looking at being in a lockdown situation for much longer than last time. In version 1 of this episode, I focused on what to do once you return post-lockdown. I'm going to do something a little bit different in this episode. I'm going to focus on what you can do right now. Proactivity as opposed to reactivity. So why are injuries going to increase post-lockdown? It's mainly twofold. You combine bad mental stuff plus lack of physical stuff, and you have a recipe for disaster. When things open up again, we're gonna have this pent-up demand to want to get back into our sports, to want to get back into the gym. And where the injuries will occur are in those unprepared or that do too much once they return. So a part of this bad mental stress that can go on during this time, we're gonna have a lack of motivation. There's a lot of chaos and stress. Things, rules, they're all changing by the day. And for many of us, we're gonna struggle to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This will have a negative snowball effect on us and will make us wanna do less physically. Like, who cares to try to do some exercise when we don't know when this thing's gonna end? But on the flip side, doing physical activity that has a positive benefit on your mental health will decrease stress and will make you feel better. Most people, after they exercise, usually feel good. The physical side of this equation, well, if we're not regularly playing our sports, if we're not maintaining or gaining muscle mass, if we're just inactive and sitting on the couch and watching TV, your muscles and joints and tendons, your body's support structure that help you do these physical activities are going to atrophy and won't be prepared for the level of activity that will come when things open up again. So what to do about all this? How can we be proactive versus reactive? First off, do something. Something is better than nothing. Here are some things that you can control for sure. You can drink a lot of water. You can eat less crap and more good stuff. You can sleep. And then there's the physical activity. You do possess the tools necessary to work on your physical self despite the lack of equipment or space. For example, check my Instagram feed. Push, pull, squat, hinge. Do some athletic stuff. PPC pillars. Do it several times a week. Let's say you need some cardio. We can run on the spot. We can skip. You can do mountain climbers. If you have the means, get a set of dumbbells. Most of the time, the only thing holding us back is what's inside of our head. They're more mental blocks than physical blocks. Outside of that, you may notice everyone, lots of fitness outfits, has some sort of online free fitness group class on Zoom. If you're one that works better with accountability, better in a social aspect, works better in a group setting, join one of the countless offerings that you can get right now on Zoom to get moving, to do something. Lastly, if you need a bit of help, you want something that's a bit more structured, do PPC Prelude. This is a one-stop shop for your quarantine exercise needs. You'll become a better athlete, you'll gain strength, you'll gain athleticism, and you'll reduce the risk of injuries, all the while taking advantage of this time that you now have in lockdown. Check the link in my comments. I'll put it there for all of you that might be interested. Injuries will increase post-lockdown. How will you prepare and set yourself up for success? Be proactive, and you'll do the best that you can in this situation to be ready to go and minimize injuries once things open up again. Thank you to everyone who's gotten this far. I appreciate your support and being interested in the stuff that I'm in. If you have any questions, want to go deeper, shoot me a DM, leave a question, leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions accordingly. Thanks for joining this episode of Juice with Justin.